All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the TnT podcast. I'm your host Tim.
And I'm Ted.
All right, this time we'll be going over our top five TV shows, in our opinion, of course, of all time. We were originally going to do top 10, but this should be obvious. Ted doesn't watch much TV other than sports, so I put
That's
it down to
true.
top five, and I don't even watch that much TV, but yeah, I guess we'll get right into it. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Go ahead, man. Floor is all yours.
All right. Number five for me is Bates Motel. Have you ever heard of that show?
I've not.
Or have you heard of the movie Psycho? It's from 50s or 60s. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yes, I've heard of Psycho.
All right. It's a show from A&E. It was a prequel to that movie. Fantastic show. Absolutely amazing. My parents first showed it to me, or I think I saw it on the TV and I was like, "Ooh, what's that?" So I started watching it. It is such a good show. I I did have to go into my Netflix and be like, "All right, what are some shows?" And I saw that. I'm like, "Oh, gotta put that on there." It is just an incredible show. Um, my dad at the end, well, after the first like season or two, he stopped watching. But me and my mom always watched it, then talked about it. So that was one of our big shows we always watched. Um, but just terrific show, terrific show. All right, what's your number five, buddy?
This list is a lot. Is going to be like very nostalgic because these are like my favorite all time shows when I was a kid.
Because he
So
doesn't
number
watch any
five,
now.
yeah, pretty much. So number five is the George Lopez show. I used to
All right,
watch that
that I can get on board with. That show's
that show.
fantastic.
Oh, I love that show, man. Just the it was always on at Nick of Night, so it was really hard to avoid. But
Yeah,
like
we
you,
always
you
wake up
just
at 4 in the morning to the theme song.
yeah, that theme song is great though. By the way, I love that song. That song is very good. But that
Facts.
show is just great, man. I love Ernie and George Lopez. They're just so funny. Great cast. Everything about the show is just great, man. Like if anyone that has not watched the show, definitely take a minute and watch it because it's really really good.
And there were talks, apparently, to bring it back.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
It was years ago. I saw that George Lopez, he said that there were talks to bring it back, but 4 years later, there's still nothing, so I don't know if that's going to happen. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd love to see more of that show. That I forgot about that show, to be honest.
Oh, that
So,
show's
so
so
good,
good.
though.
Yeah.
All right. For my number four, I don't know if you've heard of this show. It's called Big Brother. It's on
Yes,
CBS.
I've heard of Big Brother.
It, how do I explain it? It's like a more or less like reality type show where you have all these people confined into one little house. We'll say, I don't know. They just do a bunch of challenges. People get voted out until there's a winner for a cash prize. Um, I haven't watched it in years now, ever since I started working, because it's a show that's on 3 days a week.
Hmm.
So if I'm working all 3 days, it's hard to catch up on because you miss 2 weeks, you're done.
Yeah.
As soon as I started working at Walmart, that's the year prior to that was the last one I watched, and I tried to catch up, and then just fell behind, and it's like there's no point anymore.
Oh
Too
man.
many episodes to catch up on. Um, the reason this one made it onto the list because I have a lot more like better shows that I could have put on here, but this one just means a lot to me because it was one that me, my mom, my dad, we always watched together. Like we all have crazy lives, whatever, school, work, everything. This would be the 3 nights a week where we all sat down in front of the TV and spent some time together, watch this. Um, but yeah, it just meant a lot to me.
Hmm.
Still does. Would love to start watching it again, but been years. It's been many years. All right, you're number four.
My number four is Danny Phantom. I this is this show. I every time when I was a kid, I would whenever they would premiere a new episode, I would be like stoked for it. Like on the day of, it'd be hard to focus in school and stuff. I'd just be thinking about the next episode, and whenever I went home and the episode was on, I'd just go straight to it. I just that show got me hooked. I watched like every episode as a kid. I just loved Danny Fenton, and just the whole show in general. It was just a really good show.
Did they have? Aren't they bringing it back?
There were talks. I remember hearing about it, but I'm not sure if they're going to.
Yeah, I thought I saw something there that they were bringing it back. I feel like we should do after our list. I'm gonna come up with some honorable mentions.
Yes, I got a few, and on my list as well. But yeah, no, Danny Phantom, just was a great show, man. Like every show, every not every show, every episode was just so good. Especially the last one. Last one was just a really good, really good one.
All right.
Where finally Danny and Sam finally get together, and that was that. They had a little cameo. There was this little clip on YouTube where they had this little cameo of them and a couple other them and Very Odd Parents and a few others. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's this little cameo of them in this like 2-3 minute clip in Danny's house. It's really cool.
All right. My number 3 then is The Walking Dead. Now,
okay.
You've seen some of it, right? I think you haven't seen like obviously episodes because you're Ted, but
yeah, I've seen like
clips and stuff,
like bits and pieces of it. Yeah,
got you. But that was another one actually. I did watch a lot with my parents. Not in the past few years. They dwindled interest, whereas I kept interest in it. Originally, it was I think the night that the second season ended, like my brother was really big into it, so he showed it to me. So then I got into it. Then I watched those first 2 seasons. Then I introduced my parents to it, even my grandma into it. So they became big fans of it, and then I've been watching it ever since the 3rd season. So it's been we're in season 10, so at least like 7 years, something like that.
wow.
That I've been
Yeah, that
watching
show's
it.
been going on for a long time.
Yeah, it'll be this October. It'll be 10 years.
Wow, damn, it's been that long.
Yeah, I don't know how many more it has. I don't know. We made an episode where me and Jake talked about it a little bit, but I don't know how much longer they can really put on a show like that. Hopefully a lot longer, because I still enjoy it. In the past few years, they've been, because they started off first few seasons really good, and then it kind of and then the past like 2 seasons have been really good. So I'm hoping. Next.
Got you. All right, so my number
Number
3 is this kind of goes hand in hand with all the other ones that they did, but my favorite one has to be Total Drama Island.
Oof.
Total Drama Island.
show.
I every time like 3rd grade to like 5th grade, maybe even started middle school, I would whatever new episode would come on, I would just go right to it. It was just you never knew. It was always so unpredictable, so you never knew who was going to be casted off or anything like that. The challenges were awesome. The challenges were just really funny to watch and all that. So and what they put through all the
It was like
contestants.
a reality show, but for kids. So,
Yeah.
I remember watching that. This room, before it looked like this, we had bunk beds, a whole bunch of other stuff, but main thing, we had bunk beds and this tiny TV. Oh my god, this thing was probably like the size of my monitor, but like box. Like it was tiny. I used to always watch
I had
it.
one of those too. Yeah. Dude, that show was just so good. Even Total Drama Action, Total Drama World Tour, like that was those other ones were good too. But I
I
think
think
Total
I
Drama
only watched
Island,
the first 2. I think.
World Tour was all right.
I don't
I
know.
just think
I don't think
I
I
just
saw
think
that one.
Total Drama Island was just the best one. But the Total Drama
Didn't they
series,
return to the island or something like that? I did see they had a series where they returned to the island.
yes, and there was a series where they had them as kids too.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, where Chef was the teacher.
Oh God.
Chef, yeah. So it was pretty funny. The show was pretty cool. Number two.
Number two. All right. My next two top ones. The one I'm gonna say now, my number two, is the greatest TV show I have ever seen, and I believe that exists. But there's a reason it's not at number one, and a reason that my number one is where it is. But my number two, Breaking Bad.
I was thinking you were gonna put it at
Easily,
number
it
one.
is
I'm
the
surprised.
greatest TV show I think exists. Greatest TV show I've ever seen in my 20 years of living. Oh, it's so good. It's the acting, the story, everything. That I don't know what else to say about it. It is just, it's a masterpiece. And that's one of this Breaking Bad was one of the, I feel like the first shows that I really just discovered. Or no, did I? No, I didn't discover it. Like Kyle and them, I think they discovered it. Then were like, hey, it's a good show. You should watch it. Oof, my God, this is gonna be 7 years ago. 'Cause it was 2013, right after the show ended, was when I found it, and then watched the whole thing, and it became the show that I watched every night.
Oh wow.
Like I would just, that's a show I'd like fall asleep to. It was so good, no matter how many times I watched it. I would just watch it every night before I went to sleep.
Oh man.
It's actually funny. Ted, I know you know this. That door used to be my brother's room. For the viewers, listeners, we go like up my stairs, and then there's my door. Then within my room, there's another door that leads to another room. That used to be in my brother's room. We were actually just talking about this not long ago. That he would wake up in the middle of the night and TV would be blaring. There'd be like gunshots popping off. And sometimes he would hear like machine guns going off, and I would jump out of bed because it even scared me. Oh, but just fantastic show.
Mm.
Easily best show I've ever seen in my life. And you gotta watch it.
Yeah.
He's never gonna watch it.
I watched the first episode with you. I remember we were at Domino's
Yeah,
when
that's
we
right.
for us. Yeah.
I forced you to watch the first episode. What did you think?
I thought it was very good. I thought it was really good. I think
It gets
like
so much better. That's the thing.
yeah, I thought it was really good. It was really intense too, I must say.
First episode, and it
Yeah,
gets
it's very
so
intense.
much better.
Yeah,
Oh
I believe it. I believe it.
my. Right, your number two while I reminisce about Breaking Bad.
My number two. No, my number two actually made a pretty impact on my middle school my middle school years. Ned's Declassified, School Survival
Oof,
Guide.
yes.
That show.
Yes.
Oh my, I love that show so much. Like everything about the show, bro, it just was so
You're
good.
spitting out all the classics.
I know, man. I know. The overreactions that the actors would do were so funny. Like it was just it was just great. I love the vice principal, man. The vice principal is so funny.
Susie Crabgrass became Rosita on The Walking Dead.
Yes, I saw that. And the janitor, the guy that played Cosmo and Jorgen on Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
I remember coming home from school and watching that show. I remember being in middle school and like being like, oh, what kind of tips am I gonna get?
Yeah. Oh man, that was cool though, because I found out that Ned Bigby and Mo is actually dating in real life.
Did they?
During that time, yeah, for like a year. So it was really cool. Just like all the tips and stuff were actually pretty helpful. Not gonna lie, it was kind of like it's just kind of like
Ted
helpful.
wrote them all down. Like had Ned Bigby's notebook.
Yeah, I had this little this little notebook. I just write all the tips down and stuff like that. Nah, I'm kidding.
Are you?
Yeah. You're number one,
My
guy.
number one.
Oh, I want to guess this. I want to guess this.
Guess it.
Is it The Office?
Yes, it is The Office.
Oh, there you go.
Not only The Office means so much to me because not only is it just one of my favorite shows and one of the best shows I've seen, it's just one of those shows that can help you through no matter what kind of mood you're in. No matter if you're in a sad, depressed mood, you're in a happy mood, you want to keep it going, no matter what, like this show, it'll just suck you in and make you feel better, really. Like that show just means so much to me. You know, I've watched it at least like 10 times now, but how many years? When did I might have discovered it maybe sophomore year of high school.
Mm,
So 4 years ago, give or take.
got you.
But yeah, it just the show means so much to me, and to this day, if I'm feeling down, I can just flip on this show, and it'll just make me laugh and make me feel better.
Oh yeah.
It's a fantastic show, and that's the only reason why I'm putting it above Breaking Bad. Because, like I said, Breaking Bad, best show I've seen in my life, but The Office just tops it just for that reason that it can help you through any kind of mood you're in.
Mm,
And it'll make you laugh even if you're really down.
yeah.
So that is my list. Number 5, Base Motel, Big Brother, Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, and number 1, The Office.
All right.
Now, what is your number 1?
Leads to my number one. So my number one best show ever to me, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh my
Dude, I listen. For all the listeners that listen to this right now. Like I said, I don't really watch TV too much, but this was, as a kid, this was the show. And if anyone that's younger, very younger, and hasn't watched SpongeBob, you're missing out, because that's just the show. Every episode was just so funny. Like, they would crack these little jokes we didn't even understand. Like, it was actually adult jokes
Oh, I know. That's a lot. A
in
lot
the.
of kids' TV shows have that in it.
I
Like
know
there'll
the
be a
ones.
sex joke or something, and obviously as kids goes right over our heads. But then adult parents will be laughing in the background.
Yeah, but I feel like SpongeBob had so much of those like kind of jokes, but
No,
they were
that
like
is
what?
that. It's a classic TV show. Like, I watched that all the time as a kid.
Yeah,
All the
like
time on
even
Nickelodeon.
like you could literally quote like so many quotes from that TV show. It's
A
crazy.
stove is a stove.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Okay, I was kind of hoping you were going to complete the song, but that's okay.
Oh, sorry. No, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument.
Horseradish is not an instrument either.
Whoever's the owner of the white sedan, you left your lights on.
Just classic.
This show is just so good, man. Like, you just can't go wrong with it. Like,
Gotta
it's
be a
just
goofy
so good.
goober.
And yes, and the soundtracks. The soundtracks are just fantastic.
They've all became memes nowadays.
I know, but the funny thing is, it's just everybody that's like our age group. It just like it's like, oh my god, this is SpongeBob. Like,
Stadium rave.
yeah, Stadium Rave.
But speaking of SpongeBob, I gotta bring this up. I brought it up during our video game episode, but SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom.
It's coming out. It's coming out in like a month or so, right?
Yeah, pretty much a month. Other than Battlefront 2, 2005, that is one of my top video games from my childhood. That's why I already
I agree.
pre-ordered it.
I agree. That's one of mine too. I used to play that on PS2 all the time.
Oh, PS2, exactly.
Yeah.
All the time. I love that game.
So good.
That's why
So
as soon
good.
as they released the pre-orders, I pre-ordered it first thing.
Mm.
First thing.
Good
Had
move.
to.
Yeah.
Same thing with Destroy
No
All
doubt.
Humans. That's another one from that I used to play all the time.
Oh man.
But yeah, as soon as they came out saying they're remastering that, I got so hyped. So hyped.
But what are your honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions. These were just off the top of my head, so there's definitely gonna be more. And if they pop into my head while we're still recording, I'll mention them. Parks and Recreation.
Oh, of course.
That's
Popeye
another
Little
one.
Sebastian.
I love that. Yep. That's another one similar to The Office. Um, but I don't know. The Office just holds a special place in my heart. But Parks and Rec is another similar one that'll pick you up in that way, lift your mood. Designated Survivor. I've talked about this show to you, I believe, right?
Yes, you have. You have.
Fantastic show, so good. Didn't make my top five, but it would definitely, if we did a top 10, it would definitely be in there.
Mm.
It's a fantastic show. Highly recommend. It's on Netflix. Highly recommend. Um, you said it in there. Fairly Odd Parents. That is
Yeah.
another classic one I always used to watch all the time as a kid. That just, even when you mentioned that, it brought back so many memories. So many memories.
Oh man.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Okay.
That is a oof. Just oof. That show's so good. Then Better Call Saul, which is a prequel to Breaking Bad, following the lawyer Saul Goodman. You didn't meet him yet in your one episode of Breaking Bad, but don't worry. We'll do an episode on Breaking Bad once I finally get Ted to watch the entire thing.
Of course.
Those are the honorable mentions I have now. If you want to give yours, I'm gonna see if I can come up with any more.
So one of my first ones was actually was kind of funny is what you said, Very Odd Parents.
Yes.
Just such a classic, you know, just everything about it. Plus the songs in there were good. Shiny Teeth. The song's good. One of my favorite rappers did a song with that little thing in the background, and so it's pretty cool.
What thing in the background?
Like the beat. There's like a little beat in the background that
What
that the guy took. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Shout out Ski for that one.
I hate that.
Yeah, Tim's not the big rap guy.
No.
He's got a big diverse playlist. We'll get into that maybe soon.
That'd be a different episode.
Yeah. So my next one, actually, I'm sorry you didn't mention this, but Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
Drake and Josh. I just love Crazy Steve. Crazy Steve is it's so funny. Of course, the line "Hug me, brother."
Hug me, brother.
Oh, yeah, that show is awesome, man. Love that show. Another one I used to watch, and this is a one that's a very big throwback that many people probably our age don't really remember too much. But another show I used to watch is All That.
I never really watched it.
It was a late '90s show, and whenever it was on, I just always watched it. It was just with like Kenan Thompson, Amanda Bynes. Can't really remember anybody else. I mean, it's such a vague memory, but I just remember the show being so good. The skits and everything were so funny.
Yeah, I've seen it. I think I've seen it before, like clips and stuff. Nothing. I didn't really watch that as a kid. That was probably like my brother and sister were a few years older. They probably
Right.
watched it.
Got you. Another one I had on my list. I used to watch all the time. Family Matters. It's Steve Urkel. I love Steve Urkel, man. Just all these little one-liners.
I was never
Did
really a big fan.
Did I do that?
I thought he was cringy.
He just was funny, man. I just always found him really funny. He was really good. I just thought that, and also I was going to mention as well, since we're talking about that, I was going to say Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Never really watched that either.
Right, that one's a good show. I just love the intro song. Intro song's so good to that.
That I can agree with.
Yeah. Another one was gonna say. Oh my God! I just had it on my head. Do you have any other? I was gonna ask, but I'll keep thinking of what it was. But do you have any other ones that you wanted to say?
Yeah, Santa Clarita Diet. It's a Netflix original.
Mm.
Hilarious show. Oh, too bad they just like Designated Survivor, they canceled it. Stupid Netflix idiots. Just hilarious show. But some old, what was it? It's been a while now, but some old ritual curse, whatever, turns the one into a zombie, and she has to secretly kill people and eat them.
Oh
It's
man.
comedy with a little like dark humor.
Yeah. Got you. Got
Um,
you.
13 Reasons Why is another good one. It's had its controversy, but
Yeah, I
nonetheless,
bet. I
very
bet.
good
Bet it
show.
has.
And there I have one final season coming. I think next month. I think.
Okay.
Stranger Things. Did you? I don't think you watched that.
No, I've not watched Stranger Things.
You need to buy Netflix. My God. So I'm saying the guy wouldn't even buy his own Spotify subscription, so I had to, as a
Hey,
for Christmas. No, no, hey, it's the truth.
I know. I know.
For I think that was Christmas. I had to buy you a Spotify card
Yeah, you did.
because we'd be driving around in his car and be like, "Oh, my dad's using Spotify. I can't use it." So I'm like, "My God, let me just buy you a subscription."
Don't worry. After it ends in July, I'm paying for it, so no worries there.
I was gonna say it's literally you put in your school. It's $5 and change a month.
Yeah.
It's so cheap.
So yeah. But I was gonna say I was another one was I used to watch Thomas and Friends. I was a big
Yeah,
Thomas the Tank Engine guy.
I was a big Thomas bro.
Oh,
I still
dude,
have
the
all like my
intro.
little train
So long.
sets that my niece started to play with. I still have all those. Yeah.
Thomas. I just
Oh,
the
what's
intro
the
song,
one?
man.
There's the one movie that I would watch over and over again as a kid.
Are you talking about the one with Alec Baldwin that was the train conductor?
No, is it Thomas and the? Let me see. Thomas and the Magic Railroad, maybe something like that.
Yeah, that's I think that's the one where Alec Baldwin was the conductor. And that movie was good though. That movie was really good. Oh man.
What's this? I don't know. Yeah, that one at least is with Alec Baldwin.
Okay.
But yeah, I used to watch that all the time as a kid. Any more you got
So,
on your mind?
ooh,
Ooh, I got one more. This one would actually be probably the top after the five. House MD. Dr.
oh,
Gregory House. I love that show. His character is phenomenal. It's fantastic show. The ending was great. Good show. Good show. It's on Amazon Prime. Not a sponsor. But fantastic show. Another one, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which recently ended. Another show I remember watching when it first premiered back in 2008, I think. Pretty sure. I remember watching that as a kid. And then upon hearing the news that it's coming back, I went back and rewatched the whole, not rewatched, really watched the whole thing. Cuz I probably watched the first few episodes as a kid. At least I don't remember any of it.
mm-hmm.
So I went back and watched all 6 seasons that they had on Disney Plus, and then they came out with the seventh, which was amazing.
Mm.
But that's
That's
definitely
dope.
another good one. You got any others to add? It's a long honorable
Uh,
mention list, but
yeah, I think that's it. I know I got probably other ones that I'm missing, but
yeah, same.
I think that's it.
But yeah, so that's really our top five favorite, most meaningful, whatever you want to call it, TV shows that we've seen. Yeah. So I'm gonna get Ted to start watching TV once he's done watching Star Wars. Which first thing after we finish the Star Wars movies, he is watching the Clone Wars TV show. So get ready for 7 seasons of that, buddy.
God.
Don't say "Oh God," it's good. Say "Oh God" like you're dreading it.
No, not no worries.
Oh, God, somebody help me. All right. think we'll go ahead and end this episode. Um, I recommend you watch. It's definitely my top five. I recommend you watch most of them. Big Brother, that's just a meaningful one to me. But all the others I mentioned, definitely go and watch because they are incredible. And Ted just gave a lot of nostalgic ones
Yes, I would the whole nostalgic
because these
trip
days
ones
he watches football and that's pretty much it.
for football, sports, anything sports related. That's pretty much it.
Oh my god. Okay, with that said, we will go ahead and end this episode here. We'd like to thank you guys for listening in, and we will see you next time.
Peace, guys.